Hello, hello, and welcome to Simulacra Studios presents Trinity, Continuum, Aeon, VARG Force, Salvation. It's long. There's a couple of colons in there. My name is Scott. I am your story guide for the evening. And here we have my beloved players. I'm going to let them introduce themselves, starting with Nigel.
Hello, my name is Nigel O'Rear. I'm playing Flight Lieutenant Jude Fletcher, a superior human, and from last game, the revelation was made that he is a functioning alcoholic. I'm going to throw it to Johnathan.
Hey everybody, I am Johnathan Fye. I am playing, that's right, Gamma Operative. That's my rank. Promise I'll memorize that eventually. Rafael Alvarez Castillo. And I believe last time I got to do some very interesting things, ensuring that we have a very big boom that we can use.
Oh, yes.
And I'm going to toss it to Josh.
Hi there, everyone. I am Josh Heath. I am playing Looks Upward Toward the Stars and Sees Danger, Ear Laughs at, and Destroys. They are a listener, a alien species that is kind of like a starfish and kind of just awesome. So I am a Gamma Operative for Aeon in a starfish-shaped VARG, which makes me super cool and weird all at the same time. Let's pop it over to Sean.
Hey everybody, I'm Sean Creef. I am playing Lucisar, who is not an operative or has no rank. He works for the Wawendaji branch of the Upeo Wamako. He is a teleporter who is currently very upset that no one is letting him use the nuclear weapon. And I will drop it down to James.
Hi, I am James. I don't exist on most places in social media. I am playing Staff Sergeant Logan McCall, who helped make the bomb especially deadly.
Yes, when we have a nuke, when we employ a nuke, it's going to be very special. So, when last we left our team of mecha pilots fighting against the Aberrant Menace, they had escaped/dealt with the defenders of the space station here in the Vega system, and had decided to leave that be for the time being. They have a data connection to it, some backdoors that they can use to revisit it later, but for now they're leaving it aside. And based off some clairsentient visions, some intelligence gathered from the station, they have decided to intercept a transport that is going from one planet in the system known as Vega Prime, from which they have gained a very powerful sense of corruption and terrible quantum power, to the other planet known as Nest, which has a similar feel of quantum energy to it, but they've also detected a powerful psi energy coming from it. And this transport is taking some sort of important cargo from Vega Prime to Nest, and they have decided to intercept it and also potentially reach out to the inhabitants of Nest, because they have been given some sort of inclination that there may be some alliance or at least some sort of deal that might be made that will help them with their overall mission. Our Flight Lieutenant Jude has made a tactical plan, which is basically involving teleporting in and exploiting the sort of the bilocality veil that your base world has to scream out of the stars to hit the spaceship at the exact right moment. We've done the boring bits of rolling initiative, so we're going to get right into it. What I need from all of you is I am going to need first of all, I'm going to need some sort of larceny roll to see how well you guys have gotten into formation to sort of sneak attack this. I have a set difficulty. Only 3 of you need to make this roll in order for you guys to basically be hitting surprise. So please, I would like a larceny roll with whatever attribute you want, or attribute or enhancement or ability that you wish to apply to it. Just let me know what you're rolling and how many successes you get.
Well, I have larceny, so I should probably do it.
You should probably do it.
Yeah, you should probably do that.
I don't, but I have a boatload of decks. I have 6 decks.
Okay.
And I've got the pilot specialty fighter pilot. Sorry, no, that's the trick. I've got military history and VARGs as potentially applicable specialties.
Unfortunately, we can't add enhancement if you don't have the skill.
Yeah, you have to have a skill. But
Same.
that
in the
skill
book.
trick, that skill trick might be useful. But that would require an expenditure of momentum. So let's start with Logan. Why don't you make that roll for us to see if you successfully sneak
I
up.
already got a big whopping 4.
Big whopping 4. Excellent. You passed the difficulty, which is 3, by the way. I made a roll for your aberrant opponent.
boy.
So who wants to make the next larceny roll?
I failed it too.
You failed it too? Okay. So we are 1 failure down. You guys are 1 failure away from not coming at this guy with full surprise.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
I don't have larceny, which
I
is
don't either.
kind of surprising for Laps that they
Yeah.
don't have a larceny. But I do have a ridiculously high cunning. I have 6 in cunning, so Jude, we're kind of in the same boat. I don't know.
Let's do it, man. Let's.
All right. Well,
now
any skill tricks or anything like that you want to apply?
I've got fast planning. It's a close combat one.
What does the mechanical benefit give you?
That is a great question. Let me do a quick review to remind myself.
I'm pretty sure fighter pilot lets you basically use your pilot dice.
All fighter pilot does is you can if you are flying a vehicle,
Mhm.
it doesn't count against the number of actions you can
gotcha.
take.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
It's useful, but not when you can't do the action already.
And fast planning is more a command thing, incidentally. It's
gotcha.
a
Okay.
you go and do that, and your target
Okay.
number is reduced for that person.
Awesome. Okay. I mean, you can. I would say
You
if you
want
want
me
to
to
use it
try
on behalf of
again?
someone else. What?
Oh, I was gonna say, would it be applicable for me to try with maybe 2 different ways? One with cunning to like, hey, get over there, and then
No, you've already made your roll.
So I would like to roll, and I would like to use small unit tactics to give myself +2 enhancement.
There you
There we
go.
60-10 is 1, 2, 3. One of those is a 10.
All right. Well, you got it already. So you hit the difficulty. That's fine. So we are two successes, 1 failure. Who wants to make the next roll?
I will make the next one. I think I'm the most likely other person to pull this off. Oh yeah, that's good.
That's what I like to hear.
3 successes.
3 successes. All right. So 3 of you have made it. We don't have to do the final roll. So you guys are coming in with a surprise round. As you guys have hit the exact right angle to come upon basically a sensor blind spot, what you see coming up in your sort of your scanner senses and quickly on your visual sensors, you see this long, very baroque, very brutalist kind of ship architecture. If you ever seen the Harkonnen ships from David Lynch's Dune, very much in that style, very, very Giger-esque, very brutalist, nasty looking ship. And all of you, especially all of the scions, feel the strong presence of a corruptive force. Since I have to tell you, you are coming up against an enemy. The highest corruption you're coming up is 5. As you see, your scanners sort of scan and narrow down, and you see standing about 9 feet tall, a humanoid figure stands on like the bow of the ship. They are, like I said, 9 feet tall. They appear to be not wearing any kind of spacesuit or protective gear. In fact, it looks like they're wearing just some sort of like wrap pants and totally shirtless. With this sort of, it may be kind of a bug-like helmet, or it may be a head. You can't say. With a sort of gunmetal gray skin, and an incredibly long curved sword at its hip. We're talking like Sephiroth sword times 10. Ridiculously long. It is standing there, arms crossed, just literally like surfing on the ship, on the side of his ship. You see that there are a few guns on this ship that appear to be on a pivot scanning sensor. But you guys snuck up on this, so who wants to make the first attack? And how? What are you attacking and how?
So, Scott,
I will say that you guys are all coming in at medium range from the thing on the ship. Basically, you guys are in medium range from anything you want to be in medium range to.
Okay, so just to be clear, only 3.5 of us can actually move in space.
Yeah, so the ones that are not moving are telekinetically attached to the transport, awaiting the command to fling them.
Laughs would like to, Josh would like Laughs to do some fast planning based on the information that we're quickly collecting and seeing, and a little bit of thinking ahead. But I don't know as a player what to say to do. So I would like the character to just yell out something helpful that then the next person who takes an action will gain a benefit from doing.
Okay. So does that take your action to do, or is that?
It is a skill trick, so I believe I would have to spend a momentum, and it would take my action usually to do that.
Okay. Well, I believe, yeah. Okay, fair enough. So we'll say that for the time being. So yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, that image that you put in our Discord is absolutely accurate.
That's exactly what I thought of. Sorry.
It's a thing from, I think, World War Hulk or something.
Yes.
But yeah, so then let's see, you guys have a surprise round. So even though he is on this initiative, he's not going to go. So we have another player action on this time.
Which one of our non-spaceflight capable members would like a piggyback ride, or perhaps a princess carry? Really, it's up to you. I'm thinking of grabbing one of you and just kind of like barreling towards the ship so as to deposit one of you on its hull.
If Jude were to grab Laughs while Laughs is like, let's go here and do this, it would fit the scene very well, I think.
Just grab Laughs because I can teleport.
Okay.
I'm the end a half.
So that's what I'll do is I'll be flying in formation alongside the transport. Once Laughs barks out where he essentially he wants to go. They want to go. I'll reach out. I'm assuming that you've got probably some sort of like, even for as biotech as our VARGs are, they've got to have the ubiquitous like little U-shaped handle things that are on every giant robot.
Yes.
So I grab those, I wait for the telekinetic field to disengage, and then I maneuver on in. I'd like to take a pot shot with my shoulder-mounted gun on the way in. So my sequence of events is I grab Laughs, I aim and fire as I am maneuvering towards the ship.
Absolutely. What are you aiming at?
I'm going to aim at the dude.
That's a dude. Okay, fantastic. Okay, go ahead and make your attack roll for that. So you definitely have Laughs in tow.
Yes.
And are making your way there.
Okay, just a second then.
And what is the target number for this, Scott?
The target number, I will say that, we will roll this into, so I will say you have target number 7 for this attack, as you know, in taking into account Laughs' skill trick.
Okay, I'm rolling 9d10.
Okay.
Thanks for that, because I only got 2 7s, plus my 5 enhancement for the weapon itself. 7 total successes.
Okay, 7 total successes. What is the power scale of this attack?
It is. Pull up my Kingfisher
Yeah,
gun.
if it does not have the heavy tag or anything like that, then it's likely going to be the base for your VARG, which is power scale 2.
Coil gun major, automatic, destructive, hardpoint, ranged, VARG scale.
Yeah, no. All right, yeah. So then that is going to be power scale 2. This guy has durability scale 3, and he has a defense of 4. So 5 of your successes go away to hit the difficulty. Let's see here.
What can I do with 2 successes?
With 2 successes, you can hurt him once.
Is there anything I can do to like impose a penalty on him? Like, I'm not necessarily aiming to hurt him,
Yeah,
but like
you can put the pin down condition on him, which means that when he attacks, he has to basically bleed 2 successes or take a point of damage.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. It'll be dramatic, like, anime sparking, like as just like rail rounds hit around him. Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. I'll note that condition.
In terms of movement, I am moving towards the ship. I don't know if I'm going to get there this round, it being medium range.
What are your thrusters?
I have space speed 2.
Yeah, you'll be able to get up to the ship with it within this turn with your basic movement.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
I believe we have one more person that can't maneuver independently through space. Am I correct?
Yeah.
And Logan?
We had used the super science that is my
Right.
VARG's mechanics to give it some sort of space maneuverability.
But then you don't have a gun, right?
I have a gun and a pile bunker. I actually have a lightning cannon currently. Because zap motherfucker.
So who'd like to take the action?
You can
If no one else is going to take it, I'll do
Yeah,
it.
you can
right.
go ahead because I was just going to help grab you and move you if you couldn't move independently, but if you can, you're good to go.
Yep. So I am going to shoot them with my gun.
Okay, you're shooting the guy on the ship.
Yes, we had agreed we wanted to not kill the ship. We wanted
That's
to
true.
kill whatever was guarding the ship.
Indeed. Okay. All right. So go ahead and make your roll, and let me know what the power scale of this attack is.
Yeah, give me 1 second. That is aim and dex, which is a lot of dice. And that's 4, and then I need to double check my enhancements real quick. Wrong book. So that should be 10
Okay.
because it has an enhancement of 6.
Awesome. And what is your power scale?
Normal.
Normal.
Mark
Okay.
scale.
All right.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's got durability scale 2. So that's going to be, it's going to eat 5 of your successes. Which, yeah. So
Which would still leave me with 5.
Which still will leave with you with 5. So you definitely can hurt him.
It does not have brutal, so I don't think
Yeah.
I can critical.
Is crit 4 or 5?
4.
4. Okay. So yeah, you can hit him and crit him if you wanted.
Yeah, that works for me.
Yeah.
All
right. So yeah, you hold on. What is the damage type of this gun?
Electrical.
Electrical. Okay. So yeah, you sent a bolt of electrical bioelectric energy towards the rider of the ship. And all right, and then we have another PC turn.
May I?
By all means.
All right, so Wu's going to disengage the VARG from the ship and do a series of short teleports using flicker, which gives me a space speed of 1. I don't know if I'll catch up to the ship this turn. But I'm also going to use that because it gives me an enhancement to my attack as I whip out the anti-material cannon and try and do a no-scope headshot on a guy flying in space.
Cool.
Does anyone mind if I spend 2 momentum?
Go ahead.
Okay, so
Scott has unleashed all the anime today.
Indeed.
I mean, you had
Trouble
someone
now.
standing, sitting in the back shooting a gun that fires lightning. We're pinning a bitch down. It is the anime day.
Okay, so I only got 2 successes on the dice, but I have 7 enhancement,
Oh shit.
and I'm scale 4.
You're scale 4. Well, okay then. Well then his durability scale doesn't matter now, does it? So he has defense of 4.
Also, if it reduces anything, I do have piercing.
Piercing. Okay, noted. So you had 7 enhancement and 2 successes.
5 yes.
Okay, so he has defense of 4. So that should bring him down to 5 successes to do stuff to him. What would you like to do?
What's
Yeah,
his?
I'll tell you, he has no soft armor.
Oh, then I would like to do 4 injuries. Sorry,
3.
5 injuries.
5?
The normal one. 3 more from. Oh no, I'm not. He's not scale 1. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
2 more from scale, and if I have enough left with my brutal tag, the critical. Because if you have no soft armor, technically the other ones are free.
True enough. Okay, noted. So yeah, you are laying shots into him. I got another PC turn.
This is just one perfect shot.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely perfect.
I guess that would be me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we are about to wreck this, I guess, right now, aren't we, guys?
Working on it.
I assume nothing at this point. This guy's going to become like 8 clones of himself, or
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
he's going to swallow a black hole.
Oh, Sean, what was the damage type of that weapon?
Ballistic.
I have to apologize. Every single one of those shots bounces off of him.
Fork.
Well, then would we have seen that they bounced off when
No, he hit him with a electrical attack.
Nigel hit him with? Didn't Nigel hit him with?
But I didn't damage him. I pinned him down.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh. Well played, Game Master. Well
Yeah,
Played.
I was looking over his qualities. He has invulnerability ballistic.
Okay, so perfect shot to the head, and he's just like,
Exactly.
the shell explodes, and just we all like, he's got to be dead.
Yeah.
Oh no! This is such a DBZ moment. He's sitting there, arms crossed, like your bullet hits, and we just watch the bullet deform, and his head just like tilts just a little bit, but then that's it, and we're all like, "Oh man!"
Yes. So
Great.
my apologies.
All right, guys, I could not have hit him any harder. Try something else.
I was looking at that. I'm like, oh man, do I need to spend corruption to give him the regeneration? Oh no, I'm fine. Anyway,
Oh
so
boy,
I believe we have 1 PC turn left.
that would be me.
Raphael,
Do the
now's your
bird.
time to come up with something really, really brilliant.
Fuck.
What do you got?
No
Not
pressure.
me desperately going through my sheet right now, guys.
Lots of pressure. Lots of pressure.
Oh yeah, totally lots of pressure. That's fine. That's totally fine. I am completely okay with events as they are unfolding. No, I'm not.
Hmm.
Are we hearing this over our comm link?
Absolutely not. Well, no, depending on if you can understand Castilian Spanish, then absolutely you are.
I have a rudimentary understanding of Spanish.
All right. So what is your action, Raphael?
I am going to finally utilize one of the weapons I have not gotten to utilize all game, which is going to be my lightning cannon, because fuck that guy over there. So here we go. We are off to a great start, actually.
All right.
So that is a success and 2 10s.
Nice.
So let's do those rerolls real fast.
And then you're just using the lightning cannon out of the book, right?
Yes. Yep.
That is an enhancement of 6.
So that is 5 successes on that roll after the
Oh.
10s,
Ooh. And then
Plus
you're
the
with-
6 enhancement.
plus the 6 enhancement.
but it is probably only power scale 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's right out of the
Um,
book, it's same power scale
yeah.
as mine was.
So
Oh.
I actually took the VARG scale one, so I'm
That
not
apply
certain.
the VARG scale, from what I read, applies to basically like human scale weapons.
Okay.
Like it doesn't apply to like straight up scale
Well,
comparisons.
Got it.
there's major and there's regular.
I took major.
Major is what I have, which means that mine was 2.
That still doesn't have anything to increase the scale. It just has
Okay.
cooler stuff.
Yeah, there's other effects to it.
It
So
I don't
has
know if I can-
flexible and shit.
It gets 1 extra.
I
hit.
don't know if the same turn I can use a point of inspiration
yes, you
to
can.
utilize something.
What would you like?
Cool. Excellent. Then I would like to also, just for all of us, since I have a feeling we're going to need it this round, I'm once again activating Chessmaster.
Yay!
Okay.
Chessmaster.
And that gives you enhanced your defense, right?
It gives everyone access to the outwit defense stunt for the rest of the scene.
Okay. Please post the text of that in our Zoom chat so everyone can see it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so all right, so you got that many successes. It is still going to be total defense of 5, so 5 of those successes go away.
Okay.
So how many successes do you have left over?
It'd be
Um,
6.
That's still 6.
6. Okay, so you can definitely hit him. You can definitely crit him, and I believe that you get yeah, I think since that's the scale, the difference in scale, then those are the 2 things that you can do, which eats up 5 of those successes.
Okay.
All right, so if you want to throw up that last success up to a general enhancement pool, that's what I recommend that you do.
That's what's going that will be what I will do then.
Excellent. Okay, so we are now back at the top of the round. He is no longer surprised and is going to start dispensing with the whoop ass. He is going to after this barrage of lightning blast that hit him pretty burning him pretty badly, and this ineffective perfect shot to the head, he will whip around, wielding his insanely long sword that gets even longer as he directs it out. It seems to telescope out to hit, let's see here, who do I want to hit? We'll say that it's going to coming for Logan. So please roll your defense for me, please, Logan.
Boy.
Sorry, I have a bunch of shenanigans going on.
No problem.
That is sadly only a single success.
A single success, but remember that you have the effects of Chessmaster. So add half of the Chessmaster's. So you can spend that single success to add the Chessmaster's defense to your thing. So you would get a total of 3 defense.
Yeah, that works for me.
Which is good because I rolled a shit ton of successes.
Fuck.
what is your soft armor, sir?
4.
4? Okay, fantastic. Okay, blah, blah, blah. So what's going to happen is he is going to do a point of damage to you. And then he'll also do another, and then he will critical you. So you get 2 points of damage onto your VARG's health boxes. So yeah, this nasty, telescoping blade just whips out through space to slash through your VARG's armor. Then I'm going to spend 2 corruption and have him attack again. And this time he's going to attack Raphael.
Oh, thank
Since
you.
we're
That's
the people
great.
who've been doing damage.
Thanks, I hate it.
So yeah, go ahead and roll your defense for me, please.
Okie dokie. I'm trying to remember the rules for that real fast.
That's going to be one of your resilience attributes. So your stamina, your composure, your resolve.
Got it. Cool.
And you can spend one of your and of any successes you get from there, basically do 1 for 2
Okay.
because of your skill trick or gift or whatever it is.
Got it. Got it.
Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
Alrighty. So, obvious
know that.
technical difficulties later. You said you have a total defense of 4. That's cool.
Yes, sir, I do.
So let me pull up my thing here. Gotcha. Okay. So this once again, this telescoping sword comes railing towards you. What is your soft armor?
4.
4. Okay. Reduced to 2. I did buy off that complication earlier though, by the way, just so everybody knows. All right, so it's reduced to 2 by his piercing quality. Total defense is 4. 6 successes. All right, so he's definitely going to do a damage to you as you get as it goes off your health thing, and I believe this is going to be power scale 4, by the way. So yeah, it's going to also do another damage to you from that. Eats up all the successes, but yeah, so these 2 lightning quick telescoping sword strikes come out from the aberrant. And then we have a PC turn. Who would like to take it?
Are we back at the top, or is this?
Yeah, we are back at the top. So now I have PC goes.
I have a question for you, Scott, before I advocate for taking one.
Okay.
I have the skill trick shoot to injure.
Mm-hmm.
Is this one of those situations where it's useless to try and use it? Or
I will say that, let me take a look here. Given his scale and durability and powers, I would say it will be useful, but it will not, it will bleed him of corruption rather than doing the effect. So you can try and use it and take away some of his corruption. But it will not do exactly what it does.
Well, if you also wouldn't need a non-ballistic weapon at all to use it.
Yeah.
that I have a non-ballistic weapon.
There you go. I wish I did.
Yeah, this is why I was asking questions, because I wanted to see. Okay, I still think that's worthwhile. I think Laps is in a really good position to spin up toward him using his using their lightning cannon to get as close as possible and zap them.
Okay.
With the idea of disabling them, but you know.
Yeah. He is pretty hoss, so I'm going to say that, yeah, I'm just going to bleed. Depending on how well you roll, I'll bleed a number of corruption away from him.
Okay. Let's go with that. Holy shoot. That's 8 successes plus 6 enhancement.
Okay, doke. What is the power scale of that attack?
3.
3. Okay, good. So it's even. So he's got 4 successes. So how many total successes did you get? Plus enhancement.
14.
14. Okay, so you have 10 successes. So I am going to bleed away 5 corruption off of him.
Yeah.
Which is hefty. So yeah, you zap him and he kind of like and you need to spend a momentum for that skill trick.
Yep, I did.
Yeah, so please do. So yeah, you send a jolt of energy him that seems to like disrupt his energies. And he like takes a step back from the ship, visibly drained from that attack.
Laughs is going to be singing Princes of the Universe as they do that, and just spinning around as many times as possible.
All right, and we have another PC turn. Who would like to take the PC turn?
I'll go.
Okay.
I'm going to on the dorsal, the top side of the ship.
Mhm.
I'm going to be running down the length of it.
Nice.
Having gently deposited my starfish friend, I'm going to be running down the length of it, drawing my blade, and then like making an attack. It's like a running slash right at him.
Dope.
We are having a sword fight on a ship, on a starship.
Absolutely, you are. That's so dope.
Dex close combat. I don't think I've got anything else that will be part of that, but that's fine. So that's just a total of 90-10. 1, 2, 3. One of those is a 10. 3 plus. Okay. 8 successes total.
Okay, and what is the power scale of that attack?
Same. It's not major. It's just it's brutal, deadly, destructive, melee, two-handed.
Brutally, deadly, destructive. Okay, awesome. Okay, great. So that's still going to be power scale 2. So he's got durability scale 3. So that's going to be okay. How many total successes did you get?
8.
8 successes. All right, so 5 of those get eaten away by his defense plus his scale. So you have 3 left to go. He has no soft armor, so all of those tags that deal with soft armor don't matter. So you can do a damage to him. What's the weapon, the damage type of the sword?
Edged.
Okay. All right. That'll. Isn't it a plasma blade?
No, it is a vibro blade.
Oh, vibro blade. Okay. All right. Then that's good. All right. Yeah. So you do basically edge damage. So you do a damage to him.
No, I'm going to disarm him.
Are you now? Okay.
Disarm costs 2 successes.
All right. So yeah, you his blade goes spinning off as you have disarmed him successfully.
I'll say for dramatic purposes, I will not let it spin off into space. It will just here's what I'll do. It'll be like a blade lock, which I then kind of dip around and I step on it. So, and then push him back. So the blade is under my VARG's foot and it's no longer in his hands.
Got it. Noted. That's cool as hell. Okay, so we have another PC turn. We have one more PC turn.
I would like to try something.
Do it.
All right. Have I made it to the ship yet?
Yeah, you made it to the ship.
Okay. I'm going to start running at him. But I'm going to start just focusing all my psionic energy. And have you ever read Age of Apocalypse?
Yes. What specific thing you're trying to do?
I'm going to try and teleport him apart.
Okay. What power are you using to do that?
The 5th dot of transmission.
Oh, okay. So you are pushing your powers to do this?
But I have upward focus, so.
Okay, good times. All right. Okay, cool.
How much momentum do we have left?
I think we only have 1 left.
Yeah, it's 1 or 2, I think.
He's gonna roll stamina plus corruption, I guess.
Okay,
Whatever that is.
got it. Okay, I will do that. He has corruption 5. Give it this desperation pool for that. Actually, no. Sorry. I looked at the secondary pool, and one of the things that I gave him was resistance. So
All right. Can I spend one of our 2 momentum?
Yep, go ahead.
up to the table.
Okay.
I have no objection.
Would you perhaps like to use a reverie at this point to increase your chances?
I just might. Also, can I spend psi for extra successes? I never remember.
It depends on the power. If the power says you can do so, you can.
It doesn't say.
So if you'd like to trigger a reverie, then I would recommend doing that right now.
Not sure if any of these really apply. I guess I can use my my VARG pilot reverie.
All right. So you are triggering a reverie, Wusazar. Why don't you set the screen for us as the action slows down and you begin focusing your psi energy? We hear the lost whoosh and set the scene, please.
So, sitting in a somewhat informal meeting in the director's office, which is overlooking the still under construction station, sharing. He has a hot drink. I have tea. So, did I get the job, sir?
Why do you want to choose, of all the paths before you, what is it that appeals about this one to you?
I have had people I love and people I thought I could protect hurt badly. And I've spent a long time trying to protect them. And now I've found the true, I hope, means to really do so. I want to hurt them like they hurt us.
So you want to become a killer, is what you want.
I want to, if I can kill them, yes, I do.
You will have to. And the reason why I have not told you whether or not you've gotten the job is because I need you to understand that you will have to kill them. You will have to throw a part of yourself away.
I've fought them for years, sir. I hope I've killed a few. I've definitely killed before, but maybe not one of them. I owe it to Konslugi to at least try. And I'll throw away whatever needs to be thrown away, sir.
So you would become the monster to fight the other monsters?
If that's what it takes, then a monster I shall become. I shall be the biggest monster in the jungle.
You know, tigers are solitary creatures.
I, not being from Earth, sir, I actually don't know much about tigers, but I understand your point.
I just hope that you can handle it, because it is going to be a lonely road. You have the job.
Thank you, sir.
And we whoosh back into the action. I rather liked that interchange, so I'm going to give it both benefits of 9 again and lowered target number.
Okay.
And not just because you're gonna fucking need it. I'm just gonna put this right here.
Oh boy. Oh,
That was it. I had pre-rolled his resistance roll.
Oh,
So
mercy.
you got a lot to get. You got a lot of ground to cover.
I believe in you, Woo.
Your screen is
It's 0.
it's 0. Okay.
So
That means 10, right?
no, even with the lowered. Oh wait, lowered target number. There
I
was
will-
one. But let's see. Yeah, that's just not going to work. I'm just going to
Yeah.
blow through my energy, screaming.
Does that additional? No, it's not even gonna be enough. Never mind.
I cinematically, I really hope you're getting a horrific nosebleed.
Can I teleport parts of the ship away from him by mistake?
Yeah, you so we'll visualize this. He is in a deadly clash of blades, after which he has just gotten his sword ripped away. And then you sort of come up from around the ship, and even without his blade, you sort of run screaming with psi energy pooling in your hands, and you just bounce off of him. This wall of corruption just deflects all of your energy, and you are knocked back, grabbing through your VARG, teleporting chunks of the ship as you try and like make handholds to prevent yourself from flying off into space. All right, so that was I think that
Oh
was
boy.
Hmm?
I said, oh boy.
That was, I believe, our third PC turn this round. So that means the ship is going to go. From the other side of the ship, one of the laser cannons finishes its turn, doing its arc, and it is going to fire squarely into the back of Jude's VARG.
Oh no. Oh, that's not good.
So please roll your defense for me, please.
Gladly. I will oh wait, no. In order to use outwit, do I have to spend momentum?
No, you have to spend a success from your defense roll.
Thank you. My defense roll is going to be 4, 2, 2. No. I am rolling is it just defense?
Yeah, it is going
It's
to
a
be
resilience
your
attribute.
resilience roll.
Thank you. I'm so
I
sorry.
was like, no problem. It's a little confusing.
Composure. Well, that's not really up. Yeah, I'll do composure. I'll just be like, yes, of course. Now would be the perfect time, and just kind of twist out of the way.
Mhm.
So that's 3d10. There's a botch.
There's a botch. Okay, so that's no good. So you are not able to spend any successes. What is your soft armor?
So the Varg's soft armor is 2.
Yeah.
And the Varg's soft armor is 2.
Okay, so a ship scale blast of laser fire rocks you in the back, and you are going to take a damage from that.
A or 8?
A single point of damage.
Thank you.
I
Oh,
God,
rolled,
don't scare us like that.
yeah, I rolled like shit. All right, and so we have another PC turn.
I'm going to, if I can take a free action over the radio, just call out, somebody please take care of that.
On it. I'm assuming that I can have reached the
Staff Sergeant, you are muted.
Oh, you would get a response of, we have the only guns that can hurt the swordsman.
get creative.
So who
I'll
wants to
take care
take?
of it.
I'm gonna
On my way.
I'm gonna try to I assume that I can have close distance, Scott.
Yeah,
Am
you
I
could have
correct?
closed distance. Yeah, absolutely.
let's see a nerd hack something on a battlefield, everybody.
Oh boy.
So I guess I'm gonna try to use my electronic warfare suite to see if I can actually manage to get in there to control these fucking guns.
All right, let's make let's give me an Enigmas roll.
Why am I doing this? This is
Let's-
going to be terrible. Except Enigmas is something I'm very good at, so there is that, right?
Mhm.
Not me babbling because I'm nervous. I'm curious if I can benefit from the lightning calculator edge on this one.
I'll allow it.
Thank you.
You are making an on-the-fly hack roll to use your electronic warfare. You do like scan through. You see the system. You find the entry port, data port on the ship's scan. You cut through it quickly and find a connection. But now you have to take control of this very, very non-familiar system.
So we're doing pretty good already, you guys. So that is a cool, not even joking. It's almost like this is the big thing I'm built for. That is a cool 8 fucking successes, gentlemen, because of too many 10s. Too many fucking 10s.
Awesome.
Plus the 2 enhancements.
Nicely
make
done.
it 10.
10. Okay. So yeah, you slip in, you find the control systems. There's a little bit of resistance because someone is actually piloting and like aiming these, but you just like shut down their controls. And now you basically have you've rejiggered the friend or foe system, and all the ship's guns start remaneuvering to start pointing at the aberrant on the bow.
Mm-hmm.
And we have one more PC turn.
I believe I'm the only person who hasn't gone.
I believe so.
Second verse, same as the first.
All right, make it happen.
I'm gonna shoot it again. Let's see. Oh my. That's 12 total successes.
Hot shit, my friend. Okay.
This is the same lightning cannon.
Yeah, same lightning cannon. So you can definitely hit him and crit him. So that's going to be, so yeah, 5 of your successes go away from the difficulty. You can spend 1 to hit him, 4 to crit him. How many do you have left?
12 total minus 6. I want to say I have 4. If my
Okay.
if my
All right.
is right.
So would you like to pin him down, or what would you like to do with those 4 successes? Throw it up the enhancement pool.
Yeah, let's throw it up to an enhancement pool so
Okay.
that
Okay. So just to let you guys know,
hopefully
yeah, you have 5
does not,
enhancement. You have
fuck
5
up.
enhancement floating. So we are at the top of the round once again. The first thing, so he is going to attempt to wrench his sword back. He's going to dive to the foot, try and get at. So this is going to be an opposed athletics roll between you and the aberrant, Jude. Let me look at his pools. All right, yeah, I'll say this counts. So yeah, give me an athletics roll to attempt to retain his control of his blade.
Okay. Yeah, it's raw dex on my behalf.
Okay.
No skill. So that's just 6 dice.
If he is much smaller than, is he smaller than size 2?
No, he's 9 feet tall.
Oh, okay. Otherwise, because he would have gotten +2 enhancement.
Yeah, no, he is about you guys' size.
Yeah, failure, but not a botch.
Okay. So yeah, he scoops down, grabs his blade, and then I'm going to spend 2 corruption for an action interrupt. And he is going to attack you, Jude.
That's only fair.
Yeah. We're at the top of the round, so you can make a new defense roll.
Again, composure, trying to
Okay.
not freak out in the face of almost certain death. That is 2 successes. 1 is a 10. 3 successes total on that, plus 2 from outwit. So sorry.
You spend 1 to get 2.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry. Spend 1 to get 2. So 3 minus 1 plus 2, 4.
Okay, and plus your natural defense of 1. Okay. That's pretty good.
My natural defense is 2.
Oh, okay.
Because I am tricky like that as a
Indeed.
superior.
Okay, so what's your total defense then?
5.
5. Gotcha. Okay. And your soft armor?
No, sorry, 6. Soft armor for the VARG is 2.
2.
So 6 defense, 4 for the roll plus my two defense, 6, and soft armor on the VARG is 2.
All right. So just so you know, he has a general enhancement of +3. His attack power has a enhancement of 1, so he's got total enhancement of 4 on all of his attacks. However, I only rolled 3 successes. So you literally bring your blade up and clash swords with him once again.
I see it as a very close thing. Like,
Oh yeah, it's like
sparks fly.
it ain't great. Frustrated, he is going to spend 2 more corruption for another action interrupt, and is going to attempt to cleave you again. I have 1 corruption left, by the way. That's pretty good. Draining him of that corruption was pretty good. And I roll 2 successes on my attack roll. So with your defense, holy shit. So there's just a quick exchange of blades as you are literally fencing this aberrant and maintaining your control of the combat. So now I have a PC turn to go. All right, Jude, what would you like to do? Sorry, Raphael, what would you like to do?
So I'm in control of the ship's guns, right?
Yeah, you are.
What do those count as in terms of damage type?
Those are laser guns, so they would be ballistic.
Okay.
The physicist in me does not like that, but
Oh, no, my brain is just because I've been rereading over my psionic powers. The energy shield protects against lasers, but not against ballistic weapons.
They did add a ray type in Adventure, but that's
They
not very scientific.
it's super scientific.
They should.
Okay. Follow-up question.
Mhm.
Follow-up question. Since lasers are very, very bright, I have a question about the possibility of trying to use them to blind our sword-wielding friend there.
To blind them?
Mhm.
Yeah, you could make that attempt. I would allow that as as an attack roll. Go ahead and make your attack
Laser
roll.
pointing.
These are
What even is the pool for this?
it's
The same as regular attack.
It's going to be your
Okay.
same as regular attack. However, they are going to be power scale 3, so it evens out the disparity in scale.
Oh dear.
Um,
Okay.
Let me just double check the.
And there should be a blinding stun under ranged attacks.
There should be a blinding stunt.
Or you can deafen him with light in space.
In space.
I mean, I have a creative idea to do a thing next turn.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make your attack roll then. Incorporate. I had it.
So that is 6 on the roll.
Okay, 6 on the roll. That's great. So he has a defense of 4, I believe. Plus 2, and you got 2 enhancement from the thing. You have small unit tactics, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, you should add that.
Oh shit.
Okay, so defense of 4, so 2, and then let me see the blinding stunt, which you're right, should be 1.
I lied. I had tactical mastery, not small unit tactics.
Okay.
But it is very similar.
It is similar. That's fine. We'll make it. We'll let it count for the time being. Where is that blinding stunt? Combat. Here we go. Oh, the joy of. I don't see a blinding stunt. Okay, yeah, it's fine.
I was gonna say, if you can't find the blinding stunt, I would be happy to spend a point of inspiration to make it happen.
You make it happen. He's blinded, which will increase his difficulty.
So what's
on it.
if we need to do this in a cinematic way, Jude, since you're right there in front of some of these things, Lieutenant, move now.
I duck, like just like we've kind of like gotten to a lull in the combat. I get this squawk over the radio. I'm like, and just flatten myself to the deck.
And every weapon that can be aimed at it just fires right at the face.
Yeah, and it does no direct damage, but it does just overwhelm his senses, which is gonna fuck him up when he tries to attack, if he gets the chance to attack. Because I have yet another PC turn.
Can I hit them really hard?
You can try.
Okay, I'm gonna run at him and whisper under my breath through the blood that's pouring out of my nose that I will be the tiger, and pop out the pile bunker, strike him in the sternum, and also at the same time the head, the knee, the gut, everywhere, as I do my death of 1,000 cuts.
Cool.
Which is a self-enhance.
All right, make it happen.
I'm gonna try. Okay, so 4 on the roll plus 5 from the, I think it's 5 from the weapon. Let me double check. Pile bunker is
5.
Yes. And no, I only have 4 on mine. It says.
If it's straight out of the book, it should be enhancement 5.
I'll take 5 then. And it's at scale 2 with
skill. Oh, it's a power scale 2?
Yes.
Okay.
With destructive, deadly, brutal.
Okay.
But wait, are all VARG weapons at scale 2 by default? Because I thought they weren't.
Yeah, they are.
Well, then it's scale 3.
Yeah, okay, then it's scale 3. Okay, so that cancels out. So he's got 4 defense. So how many total successes did you roll with enhancement?
I did lie, it's not scale 3. I rolled with enhancement 14.
Okay, so it's scale 2.
Yes.
Awesome. So you are definitely able to hit him with the, and you said your brutalist crit him. So yeah, you slam into him, and like his like gunmetal skin is definitely like cracked and like beginning to like flake off like shale. He takes another like step back as like his one like uncracked eye through this like bug helmet, and you do see, and finally like there's a crack in the helmet, and you do see a stunningly beautiful face underneath it, and you see this like perfect blue eye just staring right at you. But he does not yet go down. But we have another PC turn, so who wants to
I'll take it because I have an idea.
do it?
So I want to use my thermokinesis temperature extremes. Well, actually, first, before I go there, does the sword look like it's inanimate, or is it like made of the aberrant?
It definitely has the same like material looking quality as the rest of his skin. So yeah, it looks to be of him.
It looks to be a part of him.
Yeah.
Okay, so I might be able to kill two birds with one stone.
All
I'm still going to use temperature extremes.
Okay.
It's specifically trying to melt the damn sword.
Okay.
Because I can target a smaller piece of larger things.
Okay.
And that is, it's psi plus mode, right?
Yes.
So that should be 5 plus 4 is 9. So that should be 5 successes.
Okay. Yeah, it's, you pump thermal energy into it and it just seems to just like grit itself, and it is be able to completely resist it. That is one of the things he is good at. So yeah, there's another clash of psionic energy and pure corruption, just seems to result in another wash. All right, another PC turn.
Has Nigel, have you gone yet?
I don't think I have. I think I disarmed him last turn.
Okay. Because I have a thought.
Okay.
What I would like to do is Laughs and Jude using small unit tactics together. Laughs is going to jump up behind this thing, grappling, slapping, and otherwise making it uncomfortable with being touched, while Jude comes in with the blade and stabs it in that blue eye spot.
I like that idea. Like, you've been like this whole time you've been like crawling under the ship,
Mm-hmm.
and then you kind of pop out to grapple him.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
Make me go ahead and make me close combat rolls.
Okay.
It's 2 successes, both of which are 10s.
I have 4 10s so far.
All right. We're not going to bother. How does this look?
So I see us like, I'll see Laughs kind of like come up from behind, essentially crawling over the cockpit of the ship and then launching himself. And I'll begin my strike such that he's probably already going to like be maneuvering to block, but his arm will be seized suddenly by Laughs. And in that moment of confusion, I will pierce through, and yeah, I'll pierce through his one perfect eye through that mask.
You do so, and it pierces right through his head. Gout of blood comes from the other side, which freezes in space. And as it just sort of slides down, going down to 2 knees, your blade still in its head. You all hear this sort of crackling reverberation throughout your comm systems, as it uses a minor power to just, talk to you for a moment. And it just says, "A beautiful death," and dies. And that is where we're going to take our break. Welcome back to Trinity Continuum of VARG, Aeon VARG Force Salvation. So the aberrant piloting the ship or riding the ship or doing something with the ship has
Surfing.
died upon Jude's blade, a beautiful death, as he says. And you guys are still clinging on the ship, the skin of the ship, as it continues to make its way towards Nest. What are you guys doing?
Is the sword still there? His sword.
His sword is still there, but it is like that sort of gunmetal gray material that he seemed to be composed of is flaking off of it, and it seems to be as it dissipates, it looks to be just sort of a normal looking sword that obviously was imbued with some of his quantum power.
So he's a mall ninja.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't get the Mecha Masamune.
No, you do not get the Mecha Makasune. And it would burn you all if you, well, with the exception of maybe Jude, it would burn you all if you tried to touch it. But no, it's a sword from Hot Top. Anyway,
Scott.
so yeah, what's up?
Yeah, Laughs is going to be looking for the entrance that we can use into
Mhm.
this ship.
Give me a technology roll.
I will not be using technology because Laughs would be using least resistance and several other of his edges that are related to finding and going places.
All right, then give me a psycho.
Don't use least resistance because that's going to say either blow in or teleport.
I'll be nice.
Well, you're
Um,
right, probably. But
Make that roll for me, please.
okay.
While he's doing that, is there any visual form of propulsion?
Oh yeah, there's like there's like engines at the back of the ship, just belching out superheated plasma.
I can
We should have thrown him into one of those.
Could have, but well, that's the back of the ship. You guys were at the front of the ship. This is a pretty big ship.
So Scott, I just botched.
All right. Through the engines, actually.
Okay. So Laughs is going to look at the crew. All right, everyone. This is a strangely designed ship because aberrants are weird. We've got to go in through the engine port. Right through the fire.
Laughs, the engines are on.
No, thank you.
Would
I don't
Anyone
feel
else
getting
like to make a
burned
technology
death.
roll?
Yes, I would like to.
Yeah.
Just find me an open space in there, Raphael.
Let me see if I can actually just. Yeah, I'm on it. Wow.
The shortest distance between 2 points Laughs is knowing that there's only 1 point.
Yes. You're right.
Uh-oh. Nope.
Do we get helmet cam when we talk to each other? Or do we
What's
get
that?
cockpit cam when we talk to each other?
Yeah, you guys,
Probably,
you
yeah.
guys have got
Yeah.
cam.
Oh.
It looks much like our overlay.
6, and since I am still connected to the ship's.
You absolutely are. You do a quick scan of your connections. You find since you guys are up near like the cockpit of the ship, you find an emergency access airlock that is like literally Laughs is literally standing on top of it.
It
Oh, I
occurs
love
to
that.
me it's probably not a great idea to go in there without knowing what's in there first. Are there any
I-
security cameras or something you could?
Let's find out.
I think they
if-
know we're here.
Yeah, with those successes, you can absolutely continue to access the ship systems. I will say the psionic people amongst you, you're beginning to feel the ambient corruption die down significantly.
I have
There's
a
also
question.
the worry about if we open an airlock, if there's things that can't survive in space getting ejected into space.
Well, the airlock is hopefully going to stop that from happening.
I mean,
Raphael, Can we take our Vargs inside, or is this going to be an on-foot kind of thing?
The airlock by the cockpit will not accommodate size 2 Vargs. It is sort of a person-sized airlock.
It's
Oh.
unfortunately going to be an us-sized airlock, not a VARG's, and I'm gonna drop a beacon as to where the entrance is, just because I'm being a little shit, and it'll get dropped, right below Laps's feet.
Found
So
it.
shit so far.
However,
I-
as you are looking through the security cameras, you do find you page through them. You do find you only see like one active person in the ship, someone in the cockpit. It looks like this like terribly like mutated person who's like forced. It looks like they've been forcibly wired into like the cockpit sheet cockpit
Okay.
chair, and it's just sort of like you see, like you get a like front eye view of just this wide-eyed, terrified looking guy with like pitched tears streaming out of his face.
Well, that's horrifying. I relay the description since everybody's just hearing me say, well, that's horrifying.
But you also
Oh.
find a couple of like cargo bays and like other places that you could like Cesar could teleport into or get you teleported into.
But even once we're in there, we're still going to have to disembark, right?
The cargo bays themselves look like you could stomp around in them, but like the hallways are people sized.
Yeah. This could some
I
Titan.
personally am not afraid of going in there without.
Neither am I, but I
but-
just want to make sure that everybody knows what we're getting into.
How sure, Raphael, are you that you have control over the laser cannons? Because I'd like to bring our transport in to fly on station.
I have them.
Okay. Then
They-
I'll
they do-
call.
They do a little wiggle.
I was about to say we could just take them
I'll
off.
basically make them do.
Neon cat dance.
Yes.
Then I'll radio to our transport and be all like, come in, we have at least the exterior of the ship secured, come in on station and just essentially fly alongside.
Coming in on station.
And with that, yeah, I'll go ahead and make sure my suit is secured, and with my own personal weapons, I'll my Varg will kneel down like on the bow, kind of like holding on to the hull, and I'll hop out and slowly and carefully make my way to the airlock.
Okay, you can absolutely do that. You've got, your emergency vac suit comes online, and you can absolutely get it. And Raphael, you can control the airlock with your system control.
I
So,
would
yeah.
be Logan would be following suit with the lieutenant. A little bit more cautiously, I suppose, though, as they would hop out and activate their sheath ability to give themselves just a little bit more defense in case there's some not very friendly turrets or something on the other side of that door.
Okay.
So Cesar climbs out basically through the mouth in his bioenvironment suit. He is loaded for Space Bear. He has a large knife on his hip, a fighting gauntlet, and a very large caliber rail rifle.
Nice.
I don't know what we're going to find in there.
Jude is armed with an enamel knife and a slug thrower, and he is also in a bioenvironment suit.
What about Laps and Raphael? Are you guys heading in as well, or what's the plan?
So unfortunately, because of how my electronic warfare suite works, I have to stay in the VARG to be able to use it.
All right. then.
Actually, it over the radio, I will say, like, at least one of us needs to stay outside.
I'll need to.
Okay. Well, yeah, you've got Overwatch in case anyone comes up and tries
Yes, I
to
do.
ambush the ambush.
Mhm.
And hey, if you need to just start blowing up the ship, then point downwards and start pulling the trigger.
I really don't want a field promotion like that. Thank you.
I
That'll be
also think
fine.
it would be advisable to cut off any comms that might be coming in or out of the ship. Just
Working on it.
food for thought.
Yeah.
Working on it.
You at the moment you're confident that you can shut those off with a little bit of effort. They're your capabilities and apparently their piss poor internal security systems make it pretty easy for you to have commandeered this ship.
I don't think they were really expecting anyone to come prepared to infiltrate their systems like this because, well, let's just say that electronic security isn't their strong suit.
Well,
And
I mean,
what about Laughs? What's Laughs up to?
So with your okay, Scott, I think with the botch that Laughs experienced, that they are currently noetically out of sync
Mhm.
with where we are in the timeline.
Okay.
And so they are really, at least for our linear friends, very distracted. And while they are capable of getting out and going into the ship, they already think they did and didn't, and are not talking coherently to the group if like spoken to.
Okay then. So let's have a little bit of role play to
Mhm.
square that away. So none of you guys have like Laughs hasn't responded to this plan or anything like that. So give us a little bit of your verbal diarrhea there.
So Laughs is going to say, turn left once we've turned right, and then we're going to go back. The stars.
Laughs, are you okay?
Go left. Punch.
does Laughs have a helmet?
No,
They have a head.
doesn't have a
So,
head. Yeah.
I'm gonna kneel down and hold an arm, buddy.
Cesar.
Cesar, yeah, that's me. Are you good?
Raphael, is this an attack?
No? Question mark? Not that I know.
Go up the stairs, then down the stairs. There are no stairs.
Can
We're
I
good.
make?
We're good. We're good.
I have a dot of empathy.
You can make that an empathy roll, yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing, but let's go with cunning empathy. It's not a good pool, but I care about my buddy. Come on, Laughs. Let's get through this, and then we can go get chili dogs. No successes.
Yeah. It
Scott.
mhm.
Laughs is going to grab Cesar by the shoulders.
So
I think
we are assuming that he has gotten out of his VARG.
I was just about to say
Oh,
that. Yes. Laughs crawls out of their VARG, wraps three arms around Cesar, like shoulders, leg, and then squeezes themselves to him. And you just hear and feel this out breath of oxygen and nitrogen release. Oh, friend, we're on the same wavelength. I miss you. And when you're gone, it's just not the same. Whew.
Where are you right now, buddy?
Do we need medical?
Oh,
Oh,
I get it.
no.
I know what's happening. I'm about 17 parsecs away. Dial me in, buddy. Dial me in.
All right, listen. We're on the ship, flying between planets in Vega, okay? We just defeated Common.
Vega. Oh, we
You were on his back.
I am on his back, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. That to us in linear time that already happened.
Uh-huh.
And
Oh, we're ahead of that and behind. Okay, count with me. 6, 70, 32.
32.
No. How do you do it? 1, A, B, C, D, E, F. I'm here.
Oh boy.
So who's going
Laughs.
into the ship?
Yeah, Laughs detangles
Does
himself.
Laughs have any weapons on him that I should have him not have on him?
No, he doesn't have any. If they don't have any weapons,
Just checking.
their body's a weapon.
It is.
All right, so
We're all gonna die.
everyone but Raphael makes their way into the airlock. Laughs still a little shaky. The airlock cycles, and your suits detect breathable atmosphere, human breathable atmosphere. Which doesn't matter for at least one of you.
Half the group, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so you are able to make your way in. Like I said, the airlock is near the cockpit, which is not very big compared to the rest of the ship. It just seems to be sized for one person. And as soon as you can access, as soon as your suit sensors start interacting with the interior of the ship, you just hear scream sobbing coming from the cockpit.
Oh yeah, I've definitely, like I mentioned, shared the video feed to them for what horrible thing I see in the cockpit. So
Is it close enough that I can sense it with spatial sense?
Do you
Yes,
want me
yeah,
to
it
go
is.
deal with that?
I've got it.
I think I've talked to it. I think that would be a good decision.
I'm gonna walk in there and touch it on the shoulder. I have my knife out at this point.
Okay.
Hey, buddy.
It can't look up at you, like its head is wired into it, but it's trying to.
Does it hurt?
What language are you speaking to it?
I do English first. If it
Uh,
doesn't seem to understand, I try
it-
Chinese.
when you speak Chinese to it, it says, "It always hurts."
Do you want it to stop?
Was that an option?
It is now.
Yes.
Okay. Just think happy thoughts.
And yeah, you end its pain, in which it was in a great deal.
Hopefully the ship doesn't
And
just careen off into dead space now.
yeah. Yeah, so you have now complete control of the ship, as the entity that was piloting it is no more.
Is there gravity on the ship?
Yes, there is gravity, but is not from grav crystals. It is thrust gravity.
Okay, so no floating Klingon.
Yeah, there's no floating.
float.
Yeah, exactly. It's all thrust acceleration. So
The ship is ours. I just say over comms.
I have
Stop
the
it
helm.
from moving.
I can,
Well,
but the systems that it has will mean that you'll be floating.
well, let's not deviate from its course just now, just quite yet. What's our ETA to Nest, and do we have any sort of idea of a specific flight plan?
ETA, based off of the calculations that were done before, it's gonna on its current trajectory, you have about a day before it reaches Next.
Okay. We have a unique opportunity of possibly reestablishing some degree of surprise. So my recommendation is that we do not stop the ship. I think we can probably fit most, if not all, of our VARGs into the cargo hold. That might be getting ahead of ourselves, but where on Nest is this thing going, and does the onboard computer, if it has one, does it have any information about Nest, like a map or details of environment?
It definitely has, based off your control of the system, a cursory perusal of the system. It has, data. It's going to rendezvous. It is aiming for a there is an orbital station that its target is. So there's a station above Nest that it is going to target with, and then proceed there. There is some basic information that from what you can further determine, it looks like the ultimate destination of this cargo, which you only have the information that you already have on it, raw materials / candidates, depending on which side of the invoice you're looking at. Its ultimate goal is someplace called the Academy. But yeah, so that's its trajectory information that you have off the bat.
Great. Right there, the destination is for the cargo is the Academy.
I think
Okay.
Laughs
That's
is
new.
going to get distracted and go looking for the candidates.
Okay.
Grab him if I can.
I don't think
Laughs.
so, because Laughs is running at full speed.
Then I can't.
Okay.
I'll try to follow
Then
him
it
through
would be up
with
to
the
Logan
security
to try and
cameras.
follow him.
Okay. So, where do you look for the candidates? Like, what's your strategy for finding these items?
Yeah, the strategy, for lack of an actual word that's appropriate, is to seek out anything that seems like a glimmer of a noetic
Okay.
thing.
Make me an attunement roll.
Logan, having seen Laughs take off down a hallway, would be chasing them at pretty close to the same speed. I don't think he's quite as quick, but he's damn fast.
They got one success on an attunement.
You do sense living beings, generally in the area of the main cargo hold, which is, a pretty, so yeah, so Logan, you're following Laughs. Are you trying to catch him or stop him? What are you trying to do?
Following. I'm not trying
Follow.
to stop him because I know he's probably going to lead us to what I want to see too.
Cool.
But
What
I
about
want to make sure he's not going there alone and possibly getting blown up or something.
what about Jude or Cesar? Are you guys following as well?
I will like start and maybe like, but then I'll see that Logan is going after it, and I'll be like, okay. I'll actually turn to Wu and be like, how about we take a look at what's up on this end of the ship first?
Okay. Does this look like old reused tech, or is it something crazy fancy? I mean, obviously it doesn't have grav crystals.
Make me a technology roll.
All right, I will do that because I have 2 dots of technology. One success.
This is very much form over function. You think that it is very simply done, but looking over sort of the drive systems, looking over the control systems in the cockpit. You do a quick calculation. This is a very capable transport ship, and if you put it full bore, it could reach a fraction of the speed of light.
Jesus.
It's an all speed a fraction of the speed of light.
Yeah, but a significant fraction of the speed of light.
Also, does it have controls that you don't have to be plugged into?
Yeah, technically, but they don't look, it's designed to wire a person into, but there are rudimentally flight controls as well.
Wouldn't buy
Guys,
a
this
box.
thing can haul.
So
Can it?
you, Laughs and Logan, you guys haul ass down the corridors over to the main cargo hold. And you come in above, you come in on an upper level. And sort of seemingly built into this cargo hold is a series of, just at a quick approximation, a couple of thousand tanks. They're fairly small, maybe about good, like microwave size. Dark green glass, and you see your psionic senses. Once you're getting closer to it, you do sense life. There are lives in each of these tanks, and as you're sort of looking around, you see do either of you speak Chinese?
Yes.
You see sort of an identifying figure on like one of the sections of it. It says natal matrix number 12.
Laughs will stop, jump back, and wrap a arm around Logan's leg, and is making a noise. Well, actually, he's a listener. They're a listener.
They're always making a noise.
Yes, and now, however, it is incredibly like ear deafening, keening, like a cat wailing.
What's it say, bud?
I just don't think this is gonna be good. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna be sad.
What? Logan's going to actually like start moving towards if there's a way, like a ladder or a set of stairs to get down, and he's going to go look in a tank if he can.
Okay, you head down a ladder, you look in a tank, you kind of shine a light, and there is like you see it's filled with like some sort of dense fluid, but you do shine a light and you see what can only be a human infant. Not a fetus, but an infant.
Guys, we have a problem.
What is it?
You don't want to know what the candidates are, but we need to get them out
Report,
of here.
Staff Sergeant.
They're babies.
Say again.
They're
boy.
babies.
The candidates or the raw materials, I'm not entirely sure which these are. They are
Same thing.
babies.
How many babies?
Thousands.
What, just toddling around? What?
They are in Bapta tanks. I guess that's the best way I can describe it.
Oh, well, that's
They're
easy
in some
then.
sort of artificial survival tank.
Oh, that takes care of a lot of the problems that 1,000 babies suddenly occurs.
But we can't let them We can't let these kids get to Nest,
Um,
and we need to stop that.
are they
Right.
human?
They appear human. I'm not going to crack open a tank and risk killing one.
Let's make sure that this isn't 1,000 baby aberrants before we let
Aberrants are
compassion-
still human.
be that as it may, that at least that would present certain logistical complications that we would need to consider.
I will say, Lass, you can focus on them and you do not feel any corruption.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as a psionic, can I
Yeah,
Mhm.
with as many of them around, and you know the abilities that you guys have, you do not sense corruption coming off it. In fact, your sense of general corruption is dwindling. There doesn't appear to be an active source of corruption on this vessel, other than the guy on top and the guy you killed in the cockpit.
Raphael,
Yeah.
how many? First of all, what's your background in noetic science?
I've maybe read a few books in my time. What do you need?
If you were to take, I don't know, like a few thousand babies and then sort out the ones that had psionic potential, would that create something like what we picked up?
I think it's time for me to make a roll, Scott.
Make either a medicine or a science roll.
Who are you suggesting that I am looking at 1,000 psionically capable babies?
potentially?
Potentially.
There is something special about them, whether they are raw materials or candidates.
I couldn't
don't-
guess why, but I think maybe the aberrants are trying to enter the psionic arms race.
I would also like to use my portable library that I have, Scott.
You may do that.
You could use a reverie too.
You could.
Could, but I don't think I'm going to need it. It is 5 plus the where the F is my so I have 5 successes plus 2 enhancement from the library. So
Latency is a weird thing. Sonic latency is kind of hard to pin down. Sometimes it expresses itself as early as birth, but it often is a thing that develops more often as someone gets older and more towards the age of puberty. Even with a lot of them, this number or a fraction of this number, even that is not enough to provide the kind of signal that was detected. Like the signal that your device picked up when you guys first did a scan is powerful. It is very potent. It is something that not just maybe like a society, like a nation state of psions or psi-active beings could create that potent of a signal. Latent infants, probably not.
and so that information is going to get relayed after a few minutes of Raphael reading, muttering to himself in Castilian Spanish.
So,
So yeah, not the babies.
well, the good news is they're not making a psionic baby gestalt. The bad news is we have no idea what they want them for.
I can try to see if there's any information I can access from the ship's logs to see what this academy is, but
Are
real
the-
quick,
Okay.
Mhm.
Logan and Wu, what are your psi ratings?
3.
Well, so
5.
5. Okay.
I'm
Logan,
guessing bad things are happening.
you hear a voice speaking to you through what you believe is the psionic medium. You hear a human sounding voice saying, "Hello? I come with tidings of my mistress and a welcome to parlay upon her planet."
Okay. I cannot speak for the entire group. Let me double check with them first. This is in his head. I'm assuming.
I felt you are one of the stronger psionic powers amongst this boarding party that I seem to have encountered. He says, "Please, by all means, I am nearby. I will not reveal myself until we establish something of a neutral stance towards each other."
Okay, and so there's someone talking to me in my head.
Oh, great.
I have techniques I can teach you to prevent that.
In this case, it's not so much of a bad thing. They're offering to parlay with what they described as their mistress.
Raphael, what do you see in our immediate area? Is this a stealth attack? What is going on?
They
Checking.
expressed no means of hostility.
Who are they?
That they didn't say.
You could ask, buddy.
Staff Sergeant, we are in enemy territory. I'm not going to take what they say with much more than a single grain of salt.
I'm assuming that I can't pick up anything, Scott. So,
hold on. Let me.
Lieutenant, if they are being telepathic, they could be anywhere in the system if they're strong enough.
Also, they decided to reach out. If they really were adversarial, sneak attack is their best option while we're sidetracked.
Or
Raphael,
stalling us.
Raphael, make a technology roll, please.
sure thing.
Are you sure
hear-
that this? Go ahead.
You hear over your comms from the transport. You hear Indigo Star Rider. I don't know. Indigo Void Dancer. Sorry. This is. I'm picking up a psychic presence nearby. Well, relatively speaking.
5 successes.
5 successes. Yeah, you do a scan of like the nearby area, like using your sensors, like your ship sensors. I need to do a roll real quick for them. Yeah, you you detect like a very weak signal somewhere between where the ship is currently and where Nest is, but you're not able to pinpoint exactly where it is. It's very faint, but like the sensors pick up just like a blip of glitter on the background of space.
And Nest, just to
The-
refresh my brain hole, Nest was the psionic planet.
Nest was the planet that had a psionic presence detectable from space.
Okay.
The only thing that I have on sensors is just at the barest edges of range. So there is no presently there is no risk of this attack.
They're offering for a chance to parlay. That does not necessarily mean anything good
At the
or
start
bad.
of all of this, I'm going to like tag Woo in like motion, and I'm going to be making my way down to the cargo hold just so we don't have to be talking over comms.
Right.
Let me know when I get there.
Yeah, you guys can get there pretty quickly.
I come with them, obviously. Laughs,
Okay.
how far can you sense?
I was just thinking about why don't we touch and it'll be a little bit easier.
You mean you already thought about it?
I already did.
Listen, I'm trying to get on your wavelength again.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need physical contact? Will I need to take off a part of my suit?
If you want to join in, Laughs grabs Logan and Cesar, and we'll tap Jude's shoulder as well, though not needed.
It's not going to do anything.
Laughs likes to touch people.
So are you guys entering into a psionic link?
Oh my.
That's Laughs' intent, as long
Okay.
as everyone is.
I don't think this is going to help us any, though, is it?
Sean laughs, goes out of his way to find any chance to noetically connect with people. So
Well,
it may not be
who's that?
necessary.
Okay, I will give you I don't have a lot of psi left. Just take my juice.
Ooh.
I have plenty of psi left.
All right. So you guys can link up psionically.
Mhm.
What are you doing?
I think Laughs is going to stretch his psychocognition as much as possible. I'm going to try to get all the way up to Nexus surfing if I can.
Oh shit. All right. Let's give it a shot.
I'm going to basically dumping all my psi to do this,
Yeah,
Scott.
yeah.
So before that, though, I would like to call on a reverie.
Okay, let's do it. Which reverie would you like to call upon?
The reverie that I think is most appropriate is my origin. Yep.
Okay, so as you are sort of reaching out psychically, things slow down, we move away, there's that whoosh, and we are in a different place. Laughs, please set the scene for us.
Sure. So Laughs and his childhood friend, child cutting friend, things are complicated for listeners. Laughs is a cutting of another listener who died, and Laughs is sort of the clone / child of that listener. Anyway, as a child, Laughs was frequently out hiking with friends of theirs. In this instance, Siobhan Donegal, who they had gone on a trip to Korea together to hike several different mountains. And they are just waking up in the morning, getting ready to get moving for the day on their hike. Things are tense for some reason between the two of them.
Okay, and let's get into the scene.
So are we ready to go, or I'm good. I'm good. Always good.
I'm packed. I've had my breakfast, as little as it may be.
Look, I brought everything that I thought you'd like. I'm sorry you don't like squid.
Not that I don't like it, it's that it tastes weird, okay? It's tastes like I'm eating a rubber band.
I guess I don't know what a rubber band tastes like, but I'm just gonna have to take your word for it. Can we just? What's the problem?
What's the problem? As much as I like hiking, I'm tired, okay? Work, personal life, stress. It's not been fun.
And you didn't want to come with me, which I get. I'm sorry I didn't invite Billy. You're gonna get married to him anyway, probably. Maybe I should keep my mouth shut.
Him? No. No. No.
In 3 months, he's going to show up on your doorstep with flowers, and you're going to think, oh, isn't this cute? And then you're going to think, oh, it wouldn't be too bad to go on just one date. And then you're going to go, Laughs told me about this, and I think it'd be funny to just prove him right once. And then I'm going to feel like shit.
No. He's gonna have to be real drunk to show up for that.
Laughs, puts his arm on her shoulder and says, just let's go. Let's get up there, hit the summit, and then go home.
Please.
And with that awkward moment passing, things come back and you are suffused with the psychic connection of your fellow psychic compatriots, and you are going to attempt a real big roll. Let's see it. What is your current cognition?
2.
2. So you're going 3 up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's going to be a +3 difficulty and +3 psi expenditure.
Yep. Do I get 9 again? Or
I'll say you get target number 7 for that. For
Okay.
this.
That's 3 successes.
Okay.
So, and Nexus surfing is
I'm aware of what it does.
Yeah. Yep.
You push yourself deep into the noetic medium. You are seeking for disturbances, seeking for moments of conflict, moments of upheaval. And you see dozens of ways that things could go wrong. But the biggest threat that you see is losing an opportunity. Of metaphorical doors closing before you, and losing a chance to thread the needle that is your main mission. What you stand to lose here is substantial if one of these dozens of chances for things to go wrong goes wrong. I will say you have 1 success with which to ask a question or clarify.
Is the best chance for the success of our mission to have this parlay?
Absolutely.
Okay. Laughs is going to pull back out of the noetic ocean. We will parlay. There will be no argument. That is the direction we take.
Jude takes a minute to visibly not say what he is going to say originally. Is this overcomes? Is this what everyone else agrees to?
It seems like the best course of action to me.
When the one who sees the future says it's what we're going to do, maybe we should listen.
All right.
Not my area of expertise, but if the expert in this case indicates it's what we should do.
Okay. Let's parlay.
And Logan will. I don't even know if I can technically attempt. Is the connection? Can I still feel it there?
Yeah, you can feel the connection there.
Okay. I don't have a name to call you by, but we seem to be in agreement that a parlay is what we would like to do.
You may call me Citizen Tang.
Citizen 10.
Tang.
Tang. Sorry.
It says, very well. I will approach your systems. I will disengage my stealth field, and you should see me shortly. And within a few moments, your sensors pick up an approaching object, which as they resolve, you see a person-sized, someone in a person-sized, it's not, you wouldn't call it a VARG. It's certainly not anything on the scale that you have, but it is some sort of like not a biosuit, but it is an exosuit. Approaching fairly quickly, using some sort of method of invisible propulsion. And it sort of begins to approach the ship.
Single individual approaching at a high rate of speed.
I believe that is them. I would advise not firing upon them.
I don't intend to.
We have welcomed them with open arms.
Mhm.
And
I will specifically direct any of the ship's weapons away from their approach vector. Sign of goodwill, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, it approaches. It seems to know where it's going. It comes up to the airlock that all of you entered in through, and kind of knocks on the ship, the side of the ship.
I'm going to be letting them in if y'all are ready.
I'm gonna make my way back to the airlock as quickly as I
Okay.
can, and let's greet our guest.
Yeah, same. I'll be following you, Woo.
Okay. Anybody else making their way there?
Yes.
Yeah, Logan would be there to meet them, as
Okay, so you're all
especially
headed-
being the one that they reached out to. He would feel a need to be there.
Sorry, I had to reset my camera.
On a private channel to Raphael, radio comms, I'm going to very quickly give him a rough volume estimate for the cargo, and have him just like give him a task, not necessarily to be done now, but as just on your to-do list.
Mhm.
We need to figure out if there's any way of if repatriation is an option, what is the size of the effort for that, for these infants? Like, are we just going to have to commandeer this ship, or can we somehow cram it all in to our little transport? Or I don't even know if they're independently powered, but just raw numbers, if you can figure
I'll
something
crunch some
out.
numbers.
Yeah,
There is close to 3,000 individual. I'll give you that off the
You can
top.
cram a lot of babies into a small space, but
That's a lot of
But,
babies.
it's a lot of
If y'all are
babies.
ready, I'll trigger the airlock for this individual.
Yeah. So you trigger the airlock. They come in, and you see this very stylish, technological looking exosuit. And as the air pressurizes and the doors open, they are in the process of taking off their helmet, and you see someone who can't be more than 18 years old, of Chinese descent, with a what can only be described as a ridiculous flock of seagulls like hairstyle, that seems to be unaffected by their spacesuit. And they come in and sort of like give you short cursory bows to all of you and says, "Hello, I'm Citizen
Does he
Tang."
greet us in Chinese?
What?
Does he greet us in Chinese or
Yeah,
English?
he greets you in Chinese, and like sort of like looks at all of you and says, and then says, "I believe English is more common amongst you, yes?" He says that in English.
Please.
He says, "Greetings, hello. I bid you greetings from my mistress, the Scarlet. She bids you safe passage to her planet, where you can discuss many matters, I believe." Laughs, give me an attunement roll, please.
Sure. 1 success.
Definitely psi active. They are a telepath, an electrokinetic, and something you're not quite familiar with. But they have clearly like two strong aptitudes, and a third that you can't pin down, that you haven't directly experienced before.
Oh. Laughs will walk up and wave and then like reach their hand up.
Yeah. Well, as soon as you sort of approach, come into their field, they take a step back.
Laughs.
I
Laughs is a member of an alien species that is.
No shit.
You're what? Yo, the synods would be so scared of you and amazed and proud, and you are the future and the past.
He seems to be fairly perspective. I heard they seem to be very perceptive. Yes, all of those things are true. But I can, if you would like to proceed to the academy, where you can meet with the Scarlet, I can enter in the clearance codes that will allow safe passage through our defense system.
That sounds better than not.
Is the Scarlet awakened like you, or are they?
The Scarlet is Nova.
What is their relation to the colony?
While I am not at liberty to discuss the full details, there is an understanding between them, but not an ironclad one.
I see.
I really cannot say more on that subject, though.
I understand.
I try and ask him in Chinese if he was being clear when he meant Nova, and I use aberrant very specifically.
So you say the word aberrant in
Yes.
Chinese. He responds, no, Nova.
I ask him what the difference is in English.
I suspect you will be able to tell yourself when you see her. I have met aberrants in my time. The difference is clear. I cannot put into any other words than that.
Well, I've met aberrants. Too many of them.
By all means, I think we are all in agreement. You may enter the clearance codes. Yes, please.
Excellent.
I'll give them access to the console then.
A matter of understanding between us. The cargo that the ship bears is my mistress's property.
Provided no harm comes to them, we were primarily worried that they were being used by the aberrants. I'm sure we can come
It is
to
a very
some-
complicated matter, and I am not permitted to speak on many of the details, but I will tell you that I came to nest on one of these ships many years ago.
Where were you originally from, if not the nest?
I have no memory of it, but I was born is not the right word, but I originally came from Vega Prime.
I see.
Red.
Yes.
All life is precious, and none is owned.
It
Thanks
is
for hearing
complicated.
that.
I can only speak for myself. Life on Nest is preferable to life on Vega Prime.
If the pilot is any indication, I can understand why.
We are not subjected to that.
Certain that, if I may, Lieutenant, I'm certain that part of the parlay that we make with their superior would be able to, we would probably be able to ensure that whatever happens to the infants is not what was done to the pilot.
And this is again on a private channel.
Mhm.
I have not taken my helmet off this entire time.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And it's I make sure it is polarized so he can't like look at my mouth moving.
Mhm.
And I'll key back on again on a private channel to Raphael. That is outside of our mission parameters, quite frankly. And
However, with the vision that we were shown before, which I remember pretty clearly since it made me throw up, this one's mistress might be what was referred to in it, the one that we were hoping to make some deals with and get information pertinent to said mission from.
agreed. And that is why I'm willing to discuss. And if you'll recall, I did want to see if there were potential
I agree.
allies, but
I'm bringing up the children thing because I figure that the others are probably going to be a little more emotionally invested in it.
I agree.
So,
And yeah, well, we'll wax philosophical once we get done.
yep.
I'm going
But
to
it's
say it
time
over
to-
our comms, but not privately.
Mhm.
Am I going to be the one who has to say it? This 3,000 babies is not 7 billion people.
No, it is not.
I agree. I'm
But
not
that
willing
doesn't
to.
mean we need to throw away 3,000 babies.
Let's
Let us get to the planet
Let's get to this
and
meeting
judge for
first.
ourselves first.
exactly.
So
Because currently, with any parameters that we have, with the ships we have, everything, mathematically, there's no way that we can get them out of here with our current situation.
Yeah, we can.
Just putting that out there.
I look to Wu and like I lock eyes and I just shake my head once.
But
Let's go get these security codes in so we don't get blasted out of space.
yes.
I'm going to switch over to use probably the ship's intercom systems. Proceed to the console, enter the security clearance codes, please.
Of course, disembodied voice. And they will go over to the cockpit, kind of like maneuver themselves around the corpse in the cockpit. And it says, with these codes, we can take a bit more of a quicker approach, assuming you are all capable of withstanding some increased G-forces.
Define increased. Are we talking 5 or 50?
5, more like 5.
I believe that's all within our tolerance. I say looking over to laughs,
We're used to much more.
then yes.
All right. Well, I would suggest bracing yourselves as best you can, because I think, given what has happened, it is better to get there sooner rather than later. And they input some codes into the system. Raphael, you see them all go on, and it seemed to like trigger a broadcast from the ship itself.
Mhm.
And after you guys brace yourself appropriately, he kicks up the drive to a rather bone shakingly G-force journey, and you guys get to nest within hours as opposed to a day.
While that's happening, I'm going to open a channel to Jude and be like, what is your problem?
We do not discuss our tactical capabilities in front of the opposing force. I understand that you can teleport a bunch of children back to Earth. That's great. Please don't inform the people that we are trying to blow up that you can do that.
Fair.
That's it.
You get into orbit over what is known as Planet Nest, and it is a beautiful blue-green marble floating in space. It is very Earth-like from sun. You see blue oceans, vast stretches of green land. It's slightly smaller than Earth. The ship comes into docking with a kind of a ring and spire sort of configuration space station. And
Space elevator.
Yeah, space elevator.
During the approach, I'll turn to Citizen Tang. Vega should have stripped this planet of every volatile in a million years. How is there water? How is there anything?
He says, my mistress and her compatriots are very powerful.
And I'm guessing, like, out of play, I'm guessing I don't see any sort of obvious visual orbital infrastructure that would permit shielding of that sort.
No, you don't see anything on an infrastructure basis.
Jesus Christ.
People with a psi rating could give me an attunement roll, though.
Oh, that's all of us.
Yeah. Well, with
That's
an active,
three of you.
Yeah, a psi rating of more than one.
That's one success for me.
It's psi plus highest mode, right?
Have fun.
Oh, in that case, it's 5 successes because my highest mode is also my favorite mode.
That doesn't apply for this.
Oh, then
You're not
cool.
actually using that mode.
Yeah.
But I got 0.
Okay, so I will say, as you approach the planet and as like you're docking up to the space elevator, Logan, you do detect it has a similar quality to corruption, but it's less like a perpetual record scratch or a foul smell in the back of your nose. It's more just like a hum of intense power, like you're putting your hand on one of those glass things that has like electricity,
The plasma balls.
plasma balls, but with like the voltage turned up to just a bit beyond safe.
So it's the one where if you touch it, it like actually makes your hair stand up. And
Yeah, it's that kind of intensity of power. It doesn't feel
out
good.
of curiosity, does it feel vaguely familiar? Because I'm just thinking every aberrant we've seen has been horribly mutated, but the one that was guarding the ship was humanoid.
No, even that felt wrong. This doesn't feel wrong. It just feels powerful, and kind of like repellent, but not in like with the emotional context of that, like forces repelling one another.
Like negative pressure.
A negative pressure, absolutely. And you feel like your senses, it's everywhere that you can detect, like over the planet.
Raphael and I are like, do whatever.
Yeah, exactly. You guys don't feel shit.
Only Logan picked up on it, right?
Yeah, only Logan really picked up on it.
I'm glad I'm a weak scion.
Mhm.
I wouldn't even be able to pick it up if I tried.
But yeah, so you guys,
There would be several noticeable, like, deep breaths of just wow.
um, as you guys are like maneuvering from the docking area over to like where the space elevator, he says, your weapons, and he indicates to your vargs that are still sort of attached to the ship. Says you are permitted to bring them, with the caveat that our science corps would like to examine them.
That's not going to happen.
Then they must stay in orbit.
That's fine.
I am willing to bring mine.
Negative.
No,
No, the fuck you are.
no.
No, they have not meant us harm. You guys don't feel they could probably just have blown us out of their sky with their fucking minds, with how much power is coming from this place.
I appreciate that, Staff Sergeant. It is not a matter of safety. It is a matter of tactics.
It is also a matter of extending an olive branch. We have something they want. I am willing to allow them to look at it.
I
still.
I pointedly look at Citizen Tang and look back at Staff Sergeant McCall. All the more reason for us to hold the cards that we have close to our chest. We do not need to discuss this any further at this time. Do I make myself clear, Staff Sergeant McCall?
Yes, I will abstain, sadly.
Thank you.
Then they will remain unmolested, unexamined. You have our vouchsafe on that.
Thank you.
Okay.
So yeah, they lead you.
And I will finally join the group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Was I muted?
Yes,
You might have been.
I want to ask if I could have a moment to say goodbye to my Varg. I have a plan.
Okay.
I also have a plan.
God.
I'm going to go and take something of mine and put it on each of the Vargs that's not mine.
Okay.
Trying to think. I have a knife. I've got a comm link. I'll put that on one, and the other two weapons, just to try and get the barest connection, just in case I need to call down Vargs like we're back in the Centurions.
Okay. Noted.
Do I still feel the mental connection with Citizen Tang?
No, they've dropped that.
Darn.
It's telepathy is weird. I will note, your transport and its pilot have not joined you. They are staying with the transport. They don't want none of this shit.
Was the transport able to keep up with the ship even as it accelerated?
It was able to like clamp onto it.
Okay. Then yeah, barring anything else, I'll just say, yeah, continue to hold station, and be ready to respond if called upon.
And so yeah, they lead you to the space elevator. There's no comment is made about your personal arms, and so it's assumed that you can bring those.
Weirdly, Blue doesn't have any anymore.
Yeah,
as far as unarmed.
Logan never had any to begin with. He kind of is the weapon.
You are your weapon.
Exactly.
Yeah. Between
I'm absolutely
my
armed
fighting
because
Raphael and I don't have brain powers.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you though?
Don't know what you're talking about.
How many of you have seen the series, the short Halo series, Forward Unto Dawn?
Yeah, sorry.
I've seen everything.
I love Forward Unto
Fucking
Dawn.
love Halo.
So it's a fucking military. You see a fucking military academy with a space elevator in it, and it's very similar to what you guys are
The
coming down to.
Corbulo Military Academy.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, the space elevator comes down on this very sturdy platform. It lands in a facility that's sort of separated from this very grand, very kind of it's a large, like, many building facility with a single, like, massive stone edifice of a central building. And as you are walking out from the space elevator facility, being led towards this massive thing, thousands of people start filing down these massive steps from this central edifice. The vast
And
majority.
greeting? Like, do they look like they're leaving mass, or do they look
No,
like
they are marching in lockstep down the steps. As you get closer and closer and closer, the vast majority of them range from pre-adolescents to people around Citizens Tang's age. And they seem to just be filing down the steps, eventually taking their places on the steps in this procession that is clearly well choreographed, because not one of them seems to deviate from the march or their position in it. They are followed by 50 beings that also sort of march down the center aisle. Some of them look humanoid, some of them do not. Some of them look not monstrous, but definitely inhuman. And the psi users amongst you all start to feel what Logan feels radiating from those people. It's similar to corruption, but it does not have the repellent, disgusting, nauseating, gross aftertaste of it, but it is power. Following them are probably 15 individuals that walk past those beings. Those beings just sort of like take up ranks along the promenade in sort of a guard position. And then these 15 other people, these look a little older than the children who have marched out. But as they get closer and closer, the psi users amongst you feel psionic resonance coming from them, and they make it closer to you until you sort of meet them. You meet them sort of at the head of the steps, and they directly come and greet you, and as you feel sort of the resonance from them. And then they direct your attention up to the sky, where a flock of scarlet birds begins to accumulate in an odd murmuration, swirling down until they land on the ground and begin merging into each other. And a 15-foot tall woman, radiantly beautiful, but clearly much more than human, starts to form beyond you. She is bird-like in her facial features. She has feathers that form a dress that seems to be a part of her, and all of her forces that are arrayed before you bow their heads as she coalesces. And she steps down the final steps of the stairs to meet you. Each step, she loses about a foot until she's about 7 foot tall. And she greets you and says, "Hello, children of Earth. I am the Scarlet. Welcome to my academy." And that is where we're going to end it for tonight.
God.
Oh damn! You can't just drop Lady Dimitrescu in fucking chat, dude.
Fuck you. Yes, you can.
How
Oh,
dare.
All right. So did everyone have fun tonight?
hell
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Wow, really rude to laughs there, lady. I mean, I was offended, but not as much as he should be.
Laughs a little bit of a child of Earth. They
Yeah.
grow up there.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I think it would
Right.
probably be much scarier if she would said Sket.
Right.
Well,
Yes.
it would be terrifying if she said that name.
Laughs would have just cut run now. Like I'm done.
What
I'm
was
out.
she said?
Zoidberg.
All
Oh no,
right.
he's sand crabbed out.
What about Zoidberg? All right. Well, let's go over our XP real quick. Of course, everyone gets 3 base. And then who achieved a short-term aspiration?
I think I
I
did.
did. I did.
I did not.
Uh-oh.
I think I had an emotional moment with a teammate.
I believe so, yeah.
I got hugged by a starfish.
Yeah.
I would say that laughs created an opportunity for someone to show their emotions
Yeah,
in that
yeah,
scene,
all right.
moment. So
What
I
about
can't
Logan?
even argue either of mine. So.
Okay. All right. So if you got a short-term aspiration, you get an XP for it. Not all characters achieved one, so I don't think anyone got a long-term aspiration. You definitely spent all your momentum in that scene, in the combat scene, so you all get an XP from that. And I will say this is the beginning of a new arc for the character, so you'll also get 1 for a story milestone. All righty. So with that, with all the little XP rewards doled out, I will go around the room, let everybody plug anything that they want to plug, starting with Sean.
My name's again Sean Creef. I was playing Wusasar. I don't have anything specific to plug, but you can find all of my information at link.tree/Sean Creef.
Okay. And who are you going to throw it to?
I'm going to drop it down to who's below me on the screen, and that is Nigel.
Hello, I'm Nigel O'Rear. I have been playing Flight Lieutenant Jude Fletcher. I don't really connect my public visible self with anything on social media, so I will politely decline to offer any of those up. And I will throw it to James.
I am James. I've been playing Staff Sergeant Logan McCall, who may have just found another way to fulfill a long-term aspiration, which is simply don't go back to prison. And I don't really do the social media thing too much, so you can't really find me, but I'm gonna throw it to Johnathan.
Hello, everybody. My name is Johnathan Phi. I played Rafael Alvarez Castillo, who is very, very confused by all of your psychic nonsense. You can find me at the link tree, which I am sure will be shared whenever this is broadcast. I am one of the creative partners of Cerberus Interactive Media. We are a Nordic LARP production studio, and we also do LARP consultations. I'm also the community manager for Jackalope Live Action Studios. We run the night in question, and you can see me on all of the stuff, all of the things, but regularly you can find me on ATL by Night, where I play a Lysandra by the name of the Spider.
And that leaves Josh.
that leaves me last but not least. I'm Josh Heath. I've been playing Looks Upward Toward the Stars in series Danger, Ear laughs at and destroys, colloquially known as Laughs, who is a space starfish with psychic powers. Who could say no to that? If you're looking to talk to me on social media, You can do so on the tweet box at Podcast Werewolf, on Facebook as Josh Heath or Werewolf the Podcast or High Level Games. You can also go to highlevelgames.ca. Yes, we're Canadian. I'm sorry. If you are interested in finding any of the products that High Level Games produces, that's the place to do so. Scott, to you.
And I have been your story guide, Scott. You can find me on Twitter at Simulacra RPGs. I also co-host the OpCast, Arms Around the Trinity Continuum podcast with my good friend Josh here. We talk about this here game a lot. If you'd like to support the show and the channel, the best way to do so is to go to patreon.com/Simulacra Studios, become a patron, get in our Discord and talk to us, be the first in line for casting calls. Also, you can follow us on Twitch and YouTube at Simulacra TV. So this has been a fun session. I can't wait to see how you guys interact with my Quantum Lady Dimitris. That'll be fun. And